Well, joining us in downtown Fairfield for this real outpouring of community spirit today on this last weekend of November is Congressman Rob Simmons, who's come all the way down to visit. It's nice to see you, Congressman.
Well, it's good to be here, and what a great event. You know, Tony Hwang and his family and the community have just done a marvelous job of getting people out. You know, on Thanksgiving, we all have our families together. We all probably eat more than we should. But isn't it a beautiful thing that a couple of days after Thanksgiving, we've got, dozens and dozens of people here bringing food for the less fortunate, enjoying a movie, and enjoying the community spirit that's really important.
Well, that's been a major factor in this area for years, so it's nice to see it continuing so effectively and in such in force. Now, you get to see it in Washington as well as here in Connecticut, and the economy really is continuing to take its toll. Things are turning around in certain areas, but unemployment is one of those areas that isn't turning around so fast.
We were told that the stimulus package would keep unemployment to 8%. Obviously, it didn't work. It's over 10% nationally. Here in Connecticut, it's over 9%. And it's a serious problem. I mean, people are out of work. People are facing foreclosure. Out of their homes. Almost 40,000 people in Connecticut are faced with foreclosure. So times are tough. But let me tell you what I think. I think that when times are tough, yet people still come out to donate food, to try to share what they have with their neighbors. That's the American spirit. That's what this country is all about. That's what the state of Connecticut is all about. And I'm very encouraged by that. You know, sometimes we want the government to solve every problem. But for America, citizens solving problems is more powerful than the government. And I think today we have a powerful message from the citizens of Fairfield that they're going to help the homeless and help those that are hungry.
You're absolutely right. One of the aspects of the economy that has taken a very serious toll on families is, of course, health care. And when people lose jobs, typically they lose their health care.
Absolutely.
In some cases, there has been some government subsidy to help with COBRA plans and so forth for a while, but in many cases those have left too. What do you suggest? What kind of answers do you have for people who are facing the all too real daunting situation of not having health care?
Well, back in my part of the state, and I know throughout the state, you have community health centers or clinics that are available. Obviously, if you lose your job and you fall within the income limits, you're eligible to sign up for Medicaid. There are other low-cost options available, but what we really have to make sure is that people have the information they need so that they can sign up for a plan that's going to work for them. I lost my job in January of this year. I was business advocate for the state of Connecticut. Fortunately for me, I am on the state health plan, and so I was able to keep it even though I lost my job. But I am very sympathetic to those that are confronted with the loss of health care, and I would urge them to get in touch with their elected officials to look for options available. As a member of Congress, we had people call our office all the time, and we were frequently able to connect them to a plan that worked for the unemployed.
Well, now, how's your run going now? How are you feeling about the political future for Rob Simmons?
Well, I have a saying that when it comes to politics and it comes to elections, leave it to the good Lord and the good people. Right now, the good people have me ahead in the poll in my race against Senator Dodd, and I appreciate that. I'm up about 11 points, but I know that these polls are a snapshot in time. We got a long way to go. And I'm working hard, reaching out to, obviously, to my Republican base, to unaffiliated and Democrats who are concerned with what's going on in Washington, D.C. And the bottom line is, for those who don't like what's coming out of Washington, it's time to change what's going in.
What are you saying in terms of areas that you would see and indeed work toward changing things?
Well, I think first and foremost, we got a real problem with our economy, and in particular, we've got a problem with small business. You know, here in Connecticut, 53% of all businesses are 4 or less employees. 73% of all businesses are 9 or less employees. And the recent stimulus package did not go to help those small businesses, even though that's where the jobs are and that's where our economy is. They need tax credits so that they can buy new equipment. They need to be able to expense new equipment purchases with some sort of tax credit the way we did in 2003. They need to get the government off their back if they're going to be successful and survive. And that's where I would like to make a special effort for the small businesses that all across the country are responsible for hiring most of the people.
You in favor of health care reform?
Absolutely. I think we all are. It's
and
too
what
expensive.
do you see it? How do you see it changing?
We need to cut the costs. We don't need the government to take it over. The government already controls about 25% of health care, private sector about 60%. What we need to do is to address the issue of cost, and you do that with tort reform, you do that with negotiating your health care across state lines. I mean, think about this. I buy my home insurance from a company in Texas, and my car insurance because I get a good deal. Why is it that I can't buy my health insurance across state lines? I would think that that would be a good thing to do, and you could cut costs. So there are many different ways to address the cost issues, which have not really been addressed at this point in time.
Well, I'll tell you what, people are thrilled to have you down here, no question about it, and your support is greatly valued. It's nice to have you here, and again, like everybody else who's running for office, you will not be idle, that's for sure.
I will not be idle. It's great to see you, and
Great
thanks for
you.
coming out in support of this wonderful event.
Real pleasure. Congressman Rob Simmons.